Well, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Bima Kantia from BM's Crafty Corner. I'm better known as Els. And yeah, I'm here today. Let's get the lights turned on so we can see what the heck we're doing. Oh, there we go. Look at that light. All righty. What are we doing? Oh, we are going to be stitching in our signatures to our album journal. And finishing this up. So let's get these out. There's our signatures. And, oh, let me get out a needle and some waxed linen. All right, let's see. Don't have the color I really want for this. Let me grab the other linen thread. Okay. All right, let me get on live chat. Hello, Miss Gypsy. How are you? Get all logged in here. Do-do-do-do. Whoa. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have a whole bunch of stuff to read. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's good that somebody came and helped. All right. So we are going to be putting this together today, which means there's going to be a lot of, bad language. Let's just say that. There's going to be some bad language involved. Why? Because I'm going to poke myself at least twice. At least twice, possibly 3 times. Maybe more. Okay, so this is our template, and so we are going to get our signatures. Get these out of the way. Let's get this out of the way for the moment. And let's get our foam down. Okay. That one on that way. That is A. Okay. I'm going to find my middle, which is right there. And I'm going to find my big clips. Where are they? You never know where nothing is around here. Things disappear. One. Well, what did I do with them? I don't know. I have these though. Okay, I think I got enough clips. Maybe we can make this work. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have pages where I want them and that nothing's, moved too far out of position. Okay. And then clip this together. All righty. Let's get this in. And grab my awl. Okay. That is A. So we're going to go ahead and get this one in. Okay. There we go. All right. One. We're going to come back up. Through. And down. All right, and then back up. And this is where the bad language comes in. Come on. Like you're right there. I am in the hole. Go. Okay. Back down through the center. Like I said, I'm going to poke myself at least twice, maybe 3 times. At least once per signature, right? Okay. Back up. Through. Oh, this is going to be too easy. What's going on here? Way too easy. Okay. Under there. That was a little too easy. Hi, Christine. Okay, clips off. 1 signature in. We're going to go ahead and flip the page. Move to B. Get out the B signature. Again, I'm checking to make sure the pages are where I want them, because once this is sewn in, I'm going to do these this way because I got to catch this small page. There we go. B, top at top, bottom at bottom. Book out of way. Okay. Poke in some holes. Okay. Nice. All right, and now this is going to go in here. Let's put some thread on the needle. Hi, Miss Mari. Well, Miss Gypsy, you make the template when you make the cover. All right. Make sure I got that lined up right. There we go. Next important thing, make sure that I'm stitching this in the right direction. Okay? There's nothing worse than stitching in your signature to find out that you put it in upside down. Done it. And it is frustrating. Okay, one. We go down to the next hole. Up. To the signature. And down. Now, I apologize, but when I'm stitching this in, me saying it is more important than the camera saying it, so I apologize. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay. In there. And let's go up here, turn the book. You can see what the hell we're doing. Through there. Do not tie the string around your finger. Down through here. Back up here. And right in around there. Against each other, not against the page. Right or left. Left or right. Okay, that is 2. Take these off. Take a look. Very good. This is the last one. We're going to get the book out of the way. Okay, I'm going to bring in the last signature. Make sure I get everything where I want it. Okay. Let's move over to C. Hey, Steph. Look, I like fast sales. I would rather do it fast than, sit here forever. Seriously. Like, I've been in sales where sometimes it seems like the person that's doing the sale, I have to remember that I'm doing this live so that I have to put these on because I don't use them normally. It's like the person who's doing the sale will sit there until somebody buys it. I'm like, ooh, like they'll keep it there forever. And it's almost like an unspoken, somebody buy this or we're not moving on. And I'm like, ugh, I'd rather just do it and let's go. Okay, last one. Let's go ahead and put some thread on the needle. Well, I'll tell you what, you look at everything that was in that sale. I have almost all of it brand new in the package. So if there was something that you wanted that you didn't get, let me know. I might have another one or 5. Seriously. All right, we went down, we're going up. Now, obviously, if you want the strings on the outside, start on the outside, But I like my strings on the inside. Why is it the last signature is either the hardest or the easiest to get sewn in? Why is that? Now is the hard part because you got to come back through the same hole. Oh my God. Right. Okay, make a liar out of me. There. Ooh. And up here. Right. We're going to go back in there. Which was the only hole that gave me trouble. There we go. back. I don't know why, but I want an extra knot in this one. Okay. All righty. Take these off. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. She's not bad. She's not fat. You know, she's a little chunky. Don't worry about it, Gypsy. They always come up. I'm putting this in here. I'm going to put the needle in here. I'm not putting that back in here. I got to go in here and clean this thing out again. So we'll just put it over here for now. Okay. Put it there. Drop these in the drawer. I have a whole nother box of the big butterfly ones. I'm too lazy to go out and get it. Yeah, too lazy. Okay, so now we have to start finishing the tags and stuff, and then this one will be pretty much done. Although I'm still looking at this, trying to figure out how I want to put it on here, what I want to do with it. So let me get these put away. Now this one here is a little thicker than I normally use. Usually I use a 6mm, and this is an 8. I use a 0.6mm. This is a 0.8mm. But these are heavier books, you know. So, and I like that green. It works well. It's not like over the top. I can't believe that's out of line, but it's not over the top. It's pretty good. And the book still folds, you know, pretty much out. So it's workable. Okay, so we're going to be doing these. Let me get Arlene's box down so we can do those. Look, shopping from home is so much better than having to leave the house and go do something. All right, let's see. We just made some. We have some brown that we just made recently. We have, I don't know. I don't think spring green works. And we do have this one, a little bit of that. That's fun. Let's see. Let's pick some colors, shall we? Okay. Let me get these. Let's pick. Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. All right, let's pick some colors. So we can obviously get rid of the pinks and the flesh tones, all the light stuff. I think that this stuff, you know, the summery green is too light. Now, if I have to pick between those yellows, the paler one might work. Okay, so I don't really want to use black. So let's get rid of all the black for the moment. Okay, so I think this works. The dark brown would work. I like that green. I don't want to use 2 greens, so we'll get rid of the rest of the greens now. Now I'm going to go in here to find colors and be like, why are all the greens together? Like I said, I like the pale yellow, but I don't know. No, it's not going to work. Nope. Let's take a look at the gold yellow and see if that works. That could work. Okay. So we're getting someplace. Look, I am exhausted, guys. 14 hours yesterday is what I spent doing billing. I have never done 14 hours of billing in my life. All right, do we like this brown, which is more of a cocoa, or this one, which is more of a... Actually, I like that one better. Okay. All right, let's see. Anything else in here that looks like it might go? Because I'm blues and purples, probably not. Maybe... Might use a little of that. All right, putting this away. I'm so proud of me. I cleaned this box out. Ooh, I like this one. That nice rust color. Maybe we'll use some of that. And I don't know. We might use some wide too. All right. Where's the lid? What did you do with the lid? Brain damaged. There it is. Oh, I was 14 hours yesterday. I got up at 9 o'clock in the morning. By the time I had breakfast and got started, it was like 10:30. And then I got about a third of the way through and realized I had run out of boxes. And just about everybody's order went in the box. There's a couple, you know, where it's just a few things, and so it could go in the mailers. But for the majority of them, they had to go into boxes. And then on top of it, I get the boxes at Walmart because they're cheap. And I don't mean they're cheap quality. I mean, they're like 98 cents for, you know, and it's like $1.25 for. So I go in there to buy the boxes, and I get back. They don't have anything between this and this. So on top of putting everything in the boxes, I'm playing Build a Box. This is Build a Box. This box is 9 by 3 by 12. Well, I only needed like 9 by 9 by 3. So instead of having all this extra room, that's extra room in the box that stuff can like fly around in. I have to cut this part off and leave enough to make flaps to close the box. Because it was like 9 by like 8, I think, by 3 was what I needed. So on top of weighing everything and measuring everything, I have to build boxes. And bless Michelle's heart, because when I get really frustrated, I call her. And she just calms me down by telling me like stories that, you know, like jokes and stuff. She knows that I'm stressed out, and so she tries her damnedest to, you know, make it a little easier for me, and talks to me for 15-20 minutes, half an hour, and then I can get back. You know, I'm still working, but at least I'm not like hyper focused, because I get hyper focused on stuff. But she'll like go out and walk around in the garden and talk to me about the plants, and she'll go out and stand there and just throw the ball for Jesse to go and catch. Gets my brain off of it, you know? Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. And what I'm doing as I go through here is I'm checking the pages to make sure that everything flips appropriately. Ah! Stand up my kitty paw. Okay, I got a hole in this because it doesn't even have a hole. And that means I'm going to have to get some eyelets out. Or I could just put, no, I'm going to get eyelets. Let me grab it. Whoa. So if you come in and I miss you, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's at the doctor today, so. But, damn, if I didn't, like, plow through stuff. And then I had to go to Walmart. It was 115 freaking degrees here yesterday. I dropped an eyelet. And, you know, I can't find it right now, but I will with my foot in about 10 minutes. Here it is. Okay. I put that wafer down. Kind of off center, but that's okay. We'll use this because it'll complement that, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's do this one. Yeah, we called it Build a Box, and I sit here and I play with the boxes. You know, when you're using these, it helps if you actually crimp them, just for giggles. It's going to totally skip that part. Yeah, I don't need to. Yeah, you get good at it, though, don't you? Like, have razor knife, will fix box. Okay, that one. There. That one has paper tab. Those are good. That's got a paper tab. We can do paper tabs too. We don't have to do eyelets on everything. I put a charm in this one, and it's going to drive me nuts, guys. Okay, now we have this. What are we going to do with it? Let's put a paper tab on the top. And let's do it in this. No, not that. I wanted to do a paper tab. Yep. In here. Hold on. Okay. So I got a piece of this. This is the end paper from the book that shall not be named. Yes, we all know that book. Okay, put this in. Move it over. Just here. Okay. There's not a lot, but this is white core, so. Let it flow, let it flow. There we go. It's flowing. Okay. Put this on here, right there. I would say that a Crop-A-Dile is a needed tool, but I'll tell you what. There are cheaper ones, cheaper styles out there. But if you can find one used and it's in good condition, then you're okay. Okay, we got this guy over here. Let's put some yellow on her because we got the yellow there. See? Use it to flash it up. So yeah, a Crop-A-Dile is a great tool, but there are cheaper ones out there that are just as good. They just don't have the Crop-A-Dile name. Like, the only reason I have a Crop-A-Dile is because I got tired of everybody yelling at me about using the other one. I have a different style of one that I used to use, and everybody was like, oh no, you need a Crop-A-Dile. And so I broke down and I got a Crop-A-Dile. I think I got it really cheap. Because yeah, they run about $20 to $25 brand new, and you can pick them up for like 10 used. I get them from time to time. Not too long ago, didn't I have like a whole one in the case and everything? I think I sold it. I think it was a purple one. A couple months back. All right, we know there's no tags in there, so we'll move on. That was the end of the first signature. We're moving on. This is the second signature. This one needs a little love. Let me use a piece of this, which isn't really crinkled very well. Well, that's just, no, that's not going to work. It's not very crinkly. I'm going to have to re-crinkle that piece. But I think I sold that one for $15 because it was like the full box set. And it came with like eyelets and everything. But I'm going to start, I think, and I'm working on it. I haven't talked to Arlene yet, but I've talked to Michelle about it. Michelle is an unofficial moderator on my Facebook group because if I gave her control, she'd be deleting everybody. Just she does. Yeah. She doesn't do it on purpose. It just happens. But let's try not to put this one as deep. There we go. Now it needs a topper. I've been thinking about putting in a wish list, you know, like I'm still bitching about that box. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. They're going to give it to me. They are going to find my damn box. So irritated about that box. But I've thought about, you know, putting like a wish list in the files in the group, now that the group is private, where like you can go in and you can say like a have list and a need list. So like if you have an extra crocodile, like you found one at a thrift store and so you have an extra one, whatever. Somebody gave you a box of stuff and there was one in there and you don't need two. That you can list it that you have, you know, and if you're willing to sell it or give it away, and if you're going to sell it, you know, how much you want for it. And that way, you know, we can kind of share supplies. All right, this one. I think we're going to use this. This is very vintage and it's a little faded on the end, so I'm going to try and work around the faded part. And I'm going to try and get this pin out. Forceps. Forceps, one of the best tools for crafting. There we go. All right. So it has a little bit of a fade on it, and I want to avoid that. So let me get rid of that and get rid of this. And then I'm going to take this and fish it through here. And then I'm going to get out my tiny attacher, also known as a stapler. Tiny attacher. Frickin' stapler. I love the way that looks, you know. Now I'm going to fold that in half, and we're going to give it a little foof. There we go. See? That's good. We're good here. Now, this is the signature that I did off camera, and I haven't finished it yet either, so we'll go in and finish them off. So on this one, I just, this is a paper clip, and then, you know, journal card and a belly band. See, there's the other side of the paper clip. And just lots of writing space. Lots of writing space. And then we have one little journaling card down here, which I matched the butterflies on. This is that butterfly paper, and I took out the other sheet, but we're working with the one. Then I have this nice side pocket with a big journaling card, and a tag we need to finish. Now, this is a yellow piece on it, so I think we're going to use a little bit of yellow at the top. So, yeah, so I figured, you know, maybe we could put one in the group. I just have to, you know, I've talked to Michelle about it, and she thinks it's a good idea. And I have to talk to Arlene, because ultimately Arlene would be at least partially responsible for monitoring it, you know, because she moderates the group. I'm telling you guys, without Arlene, my life would be so much more difficult. Okay, so I did this one. I don't know. I just wanted like the flower growing, you know. And then we have this one. This is a video that's coming up. This is a double wraparound pocket that is movable. You can move it around the book. And we have like a bookmark one. And we'll do this one in the dark green. Well, it has some advantages. One, like, it's not like we hide our addresses and stuff from each other. We swap all the time anyway. So, and that keeps us from having to give our, information out to people outside of the group. So I did this. This is a rub on. So is this. And then we get this one. This is on here. It's just a piece of ephemera. And we got a little tuck over here with a card. And then, lots of writing space. I like writing space. This is a hand piece of ephemera. There's also a video coming up for that. All right, this little guy, we're going to do it in the chocolate brown. Chocolate. It's like cocoa. I'm so mad. The lady I buy my seam binding from, her shop has been closed for like 3 months now. She's like, we'll be back. No, you won't. I was even willing to put up with the fact that she would buy the shipping labels and then like not ship the stuff for like 3 months. And Etsy still thought she was shipping on time. She never shipped on time. She would just buy a bunch of the shipping labels. So that's the other side of that butterfly paper. And then over here, we did just some layering pieces. And then this is the top of an envelope. And I just glued it at the back so we could use it as a tuck. And it just tucks in a little card. And then flip it. This is a huge journaling card that goes in the back. And then we're, and look, I finally made the giant journaling card for the very back piece. Aren't you proud of me? And that goes like that, and that is that. All right, now let me get this out of here. So now I want to add this, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I have a feeling I'm going to come in and paint these mushrooms. I like the coloring on here. I might paint the door and then do the lines. And then, of course, I got to do a little doorknob. And I'm trying to figure out a way to put color behind this. I might use like some foil paper, but I'll figure that out and I'll show you guys later. And now I have to figure out how we're going to close this. What kind of a closure we're going to put on it. Maybe a hitch. Maybe hook it on to the middle. We'll just do, maybe we'll do a wrap with like a charm wrap. And that way it can expand as we need it to. That's a thought. Okay, so this. Good Lord, guys. What a mess I am. All right, I'm going to put it in here because I got to work on that. And when I figure it out, I will, I'll show it to you guys when I'm all done. I figured it out. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to put all this away. Wait a minute, there was another, there it is. Okay, those. Go here with the browns. Shush. Yes, I'm that anal. Shush. These go over here. Okay. Is that all of it? I think so. Okay. So let me get this out of the way. So let's take a look, because I'm pretty sure that there was kind of an overwhelming vote. So let me look. Thank you, Miss Mari. Thank you, Miss Gypsy. Right, because that way, if you just have a couple of things and you just want to list a couple of things, like, oh, I have, you know, like I said, how many times have you bought a paper trimmer, right? And you get it and you go, oh, I need to get like extra blades and keep extra blades. But then you get the paper trimmer and you don't really care for it. So you don't use it, but now you have like 4 packs of extra blades. You're not going to de-stash for 4 packs of blades or 2 packs of blades or a pack of blades. But if you have them, you could put them in the list saying, I have this kind of blade for this kind of cutter. If anybody needs it, I paid, you know, $5, $6 for it. If you want to cover the shipping, you know, and just cover what I paid for it, I'll send it to you. Because we all know that cutters, especially like Recollections and Fiskars, they change them all the time so that they can change new blades. So you have to buy a new cutter because you can't find blades for the old one. So you're absolutely right, Christine. Not everybody wants to sit down and have a huge de-stash sale. Not everybody has that much stuff to get rid of. But I know I'm certainly guilty of it. I have gone and for whatever reason, maybe I really like it, I will order the same stamp and die set that I already have. Like I already have it, but I haven't looked at it in the last like 2 or 3 months. So when I see it, I go, oh, that would be cute for cards. And so I buy it. Stamps, dies, brand new, but I already have one. So now I have 2 sets. So I can list it in there with a picture, put a picture on there and go, hey, this is what I've got. If anybody's interested, I paid whatever for it. Sell it for $1 or $2 less and you know, cover the shipping, people. So I think it's a good idea. I'm just trying to work out the little, you know, nips of it. All right, let's go over here. Oh, hold that. Okay, here we go. This one is the one we want. Our next journal should be, we'll go from the bottom to the top. And I'm just saying that from the listings themselves. I got 14% for the Fairy Tale series, which is a 4-part book set. I got 27% for Steampunk. The travel theme only got 8%. The Girly Roses, Lace, and Frou Frou only got 17%. And 34% for the little golden book, Winnie the Pooh. So I think. Bye-bye. See you later. That one's gone. Okay. Alrighty. Exactly. There's trust here. And that is one of the reasons, one of the major reasons why, you know, I had talked to Arlene about it and I had talked to Michelle. Michelle is kind of my silent partner. I can bounce things off of her. Okay. And she comes back with, you know, words of wisdom and common sense, like, don't do that, stupid. Um, but that's kind of why, you know, I talked to them and then I threw that idea out to you guys that we should make the group private. And I want to make it private because in making the group private, we're able to do more things. We're able to do swaps. We're able to put in our birth dates. We're able to put in things that we're willing to sell or that we're willing to give away or we're willing to trade, or, hey, you can have this, just cover the damn shipping. You know? And not have to go live and go, oh, I've got these, I've got these, I've got these, I've got. You list 3 or 4 things, and you don't have to do a big D-stash, and you don't feel like you're being, you know, you can get rid of it without feeling like you're being pressured to get stuff together to do a sale, because we all kind of have that trust with each other. Most of us have been around for many years. How big is that? Is it like this size? Okay, so what you can put through this are these types of dies. And you can put through these types, the steel dies. Before I send out your package, I'll send you a set of plates. Matter of fact, hold on one second. Let me go grab them right now so I don't forget. Okay. Let me see if I have one in here. If not, I'll just cut it real quick. All right. So these are the plates. Okay. If you're cutting this kind of a die, you don't need anything. It'll cut fine. Okay. But if you're cutting the regular kind of die, then you're going to need this. I'm going to cut one for you. Which I got to tell you is a pain in the butt. But we're going to do it. That's not a pen, brain damaged. Okay. Where's my razor? Rubber back. Now, the idea of trying to cut this with a razor blade is kind of funny because it's a self-healing mat. But if I cut it enough times, I can get it to cut. There we go. Well, you don't normally push that hard. So if you're going to cut this kind of a die, then this paper, your die, and the other plate, and run it that way. If you're cutting this kind of a die, then you don't need that mat. You just put that in. You put your paper in, put that on there, and put this on the top, and you can just run it like that. Okay? Sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. All right? So I'm going to put this in your box. Put a tag on this so I remember who to put it with. I'm going to put it right here with my list. And that way, when I pull your box up to tag it, because I have a whole pile of tags over here that I got to put on the bags, on the boxes, and get them out of here. I texted my daughter yesterday. I was like, it's so damn hot. I am not wearing a bra. She's like, I have to. I'm like, I'm saying something if I'm not wearing a bra. She's like, no shit. All right, Miss Gypsy, I am putting that right there for you. I'm going to get that sent to you so you can do some of that. That's what we do. Oh my God. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Laura used to have the hardest time figuring out, like, on her cutter, on her Big Shot, like what the sandwich was. And I actually found it looked like bread, like a sandwich. And each one of them told you what, and it was like, it was so hysterical. It was so hysterical. And I had to send it to her because she's like, I can never figure out the sandwich. And so I had to send her the sandwich. So those are with that cutter, those are the only two dies you can cut. You can cut the steel dies, the little thin ones. They're called thinlets. Or you can cut these, which are called sizzlets. Okay. So this one you don't need that extra piece with those cutting plates. So we're going to be doing Winnie the Pooh. Let me go grab it so we can look at it. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie, 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 Winnie the Pooh. All right, I think this is the one. I don't know. Yes, this is the Little Golden Book, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, so we're going to look at what we have for this so we can see how this is going to work. Okay, so this is the Little Golden Book, Pooh and the Dragon. I've pulled all the pages out. And all of the pages, because we were using this when we did the journal with me, make a journal with me, and we did the Winnie the Pooh thing. So all of these have already been scored and reduced, because when we put the page, see, it's going to be too big. So we reduced the signature size so that when we put them in, they don't stick out. So we have those, Pooh and the Dragon. We have the cover. We've already built in the reinforcement in the seam there so that we're not losing the gold part of the Little Golden Book. We already have that. I have this that I found at a thrift store for $2. Beautiful paper. And it's got some great images in it. If I don't have to cut this up, I won't. Because to be honest with you, it is a really cute book. It is in great shape. And I don't know, I think I'd rather like pass this on, maybe send it to Zola. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send it to Zola. I'm not cutting this up. It's in perfect freaking condition. Mari, can I send this to Zola? Will she like it? It's a great story. But it's got like 2 or 3 stories in it. So I'm going to send this to Zola. We're sending this to Zola, guys. That's going to Zola. Okay. I just found it recently. I liked it. What can I say? You know who I am? I see something and I like it. I get it, you know? Oh, good. She has a little library. I used to keep, when my grandkids were little, I'll tell you this, because your baby's still little. Here's my advice. I had a basket and I put fabric inside the basket. You know, I put a fabric liner in it and I set it up on, we had a fireplace at the time. I set it up on the hearth of the fireplace. We didn't use the fireplace ever. It was really just for looks as far as we were concerned. But I put a bunch of pillows like right in front of it, like those back pillows and like big pillows. And about every 3 to 4 months, I would go and I would rotate the books that were in that basket. So my grandkids always had a library of books that were age and level appropriate. And the books that I got rid of, I would go and donate, like to a daycare or, you know, the school, the Boys and Girls Club, something like that. And then I would go and get new books at thrift store, because you can find like books like this for $1, $1.50, you know. And so I would go and I would find books that were age appropriate and I would fill the library up. To this day, their mom still keeps that library. And she has it, she has this little like room under her stairs, like a little closet under her stairs that she calls Harry Potter's room. It's the Harry Potter room. And she has pillows in there and she's got lights in there and she's got the little basket in there, still the same basket, and all kinds of books in there that are age appropriate to her kids. And her kids are 16, 17, almost 18 years old. And they still go in there and lay on the floor on the pillows and read books. Still do it. All right, this is from Daiso. We just got some little stickers that I thought, you know, we could maybe put some cabochons on and do some ephemera. I have some, this is adhesive fabric, but it's in the right color scheme for Winnie the Pooh. So I grabbed that. We have some Winnie the Pooh masking tape from Daiso. We have some ephemera pieces that I've already cut out. We have some paper that is Winnie the Pooh with more ephemera. We have these. Now, these are Happy Birthday, but I got to tell you that it's the right color scheme, right? So I grabbed them because I thought we could use the borders. You know, we could definitely use the borders. Maybe use some of these pieces or some of these pieces here. Because I just think that they would work. We could use these even and just cover this part up with something else, you know. So we grabbed those. We have a couple of these little pads that I thought maybe take like 3 or 4 pieces and make a different kind of pad out of it and put it in there. And then I ordered these and these came in and they're just stickers, you know. I don't even know how many are in here, but I haven't really looked at them. But they're stinking cute. And I don't see any duplicates so far. That's pretty good. Yeah, these are all one-offs. So we have those. See, it's good though. It's good though. I used to read to my daughter when she was younger, my oldest daughter, Alexa, and I got to tell you, not only does she have a friggin' degree in English, old English literature, but when she was like 15, 16 years old, she would be reading Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, and some Racier, Inappropriate, and Rice novels. All 3 books at the same time. She could keep straight the stories. And she ate books. I mean, literally, she ate them. She devoured them. So that's the one we're going to be working on next, the Little Golden Book. And so we're going to be working on those. Hey, Buff. And, well, we're going to work on that. And we don't, I love that because we don't have to worry about covers or anything. It's just a Little Golden Book. If you want to know how I got to that point on that Little Golden Book, because obviously I can't go back and do it. Go to, I think it's in the playlist, Make a Journal with Me. It might not be. Let me grab my pen real quick because I got to write this down. Send to Zola. It's an X, you twitzel. Okay. So I'm going to put this in media mail today. Yes. Okay. That's better. All right, there we go. I think that's the playlist it's on, but let me check because, you know, I don't want to send you to the wrong place, and I would because that's just the way I am. So let me go over to my channel. And let's look for LGB. Okay, so I think that this might just be, I think it's just on its own. So we did it 3 years ago. Let me see if there's a playlist for it. Would have been a while ago. Okay, it is, there's an actual playlist. Let me bring up the playlist and I will get the link for it. Here we go. Copy. And let me put it in here. So there is an actual playlist for this. So to say, it's Learn How LGB. It's a Little Golden Book. We did a Little Bunny book. We did a Frozen book or something like that. I think every week we did a different book because I had to do it in stages. So I ended up with like 6 Little Golden books. But yeah, there's a full little playlist, and that's the link for it. So if you want to go check that one out, that way you can figure out it will walk you through how we get the pages out of here, how we convert the spine over to this from what it was, and then how we did these, how you make new signature pages out of these. This is not difficult. You guys have seen me do it. I've done it, you know, numerous times, but when you lose that space there, you end up with this coming out like that. You don't want that. So the way to avoid that is to take this piece and bring it back so that when you sew that signature in, it's inside. Okay. And it tells you how to keep the pages in order and all that other stuff, because you still want the book readable for the most part. Like, I know there's people out there that go, I don't care, but you want it, readable. But doing the pages that way is pretty simple. Let me see if I have. Okay, we'll just use this. So if you want to do the pages that way, you want to keep the pages in the book. I'll do it real quick so you can see. So let's say you have a signature page like this, and it's too wide, and you need it. This one is 4.5 inches, and you need it to be 4 inches. The easiest way to do this is to put it in a scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, that's okay. Just give yourself a 1/2 inch and fold it. But just like give yourself that 1/2 inch score. And then you open it up and you put glue or tape or whatever it is you're using in here. Only I can clog these. You know that, right? Everybody's like, it never clogs. Yeah, you haven't met me yet. So put your glue in like this. There we go. All right, so you put in your glue. Then you close that up. Okay. And then you fold this on your score line. I'm making a mess of this because it's still wet. But, and then you glue this down. And you can tape it or glue it, whatever you want to do. But you put that down. And then when you open it, you have a brand new signature that's a 1/2 inch narrower. So it's pretty easy to do. So that's the walkthrough. And like I said, I think we do several books because we do one on how to adjust, how to get the pages out. That's important. I've seen people take little golden books and just tear them. And it's like, no, don't do that. You want to fix it like this. But we walk through it in that. And we cover some issues that people come up with. Because sometimes even when you're very, very careful, Michelle does it all the time. She guts little golden books all the time. She had one the other day. She could not get that son of a open. She could not get the staples. They use these industrial staples. And she could not, no matter what she did. I was like, did you try a pliers? Yes, I did. Did you try forceps? Yes, I did. Did you use a screwdriver? Yes, I did. Did you try a staple pull? Yes, I did. She tried everything. Couldn't get those things out of there. She's like, I just finally ripped it. So that's it, guys. That's all we're really going to do today. Tomorrow, we're going to start in on the Winnie the Pooh. I think we'll make some ephemera or something. What else do we have going on? So today is the 13th. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the washi tape swap. If I don't have 5 people, we're not going to do it. Okay, it just is what it is. This month, our Projects of 25 challenge is chalk, any kind of chalk paint, carpenter's chalk, tailor's chalk, art chalk, kids chalk, sidewalk chalk. Could be gypsum board if you want. Chalk and or cupcake papers. So make something that includes chalk or cupcake papers or both. Today we had a video that should have been out. It was a greeting card. I still haven't found the damn card. It should have been a greeting card one. We're ramping up for, Christmas. Tomorrow's the last day for the washi tape swap. We'll be doing art therapy tomorrow. I'm going to be posting about art therapy in the group to find out, if this is working. If you guys don't like it, we'll do something else. Then we have a craft with me on Friday, and that is going to be, we're going to finish up that 8x8 inch flip-flop. And Saturday, of course, we have mixed media. Sunday, we have our game. And then this coming Monday, the video is that glitter and stuff thing. I did something with glitter-ish. You'll see. But that's it. That's that's what we got. So I'm going to be doing a lot of mailing out today. I got a lot of stuff to mail. And what else? I'm going to be going to the post office, apparently, in 114-degree weather. I have a stack of labels ready to go that I just have to get on the boxes. I have a lot of UPS this time. This is all UPS. These are all UPS, and it's not all of them because there's more underneath there. But, and there's still some that I need to print, but these are all UPS. So I'm going to tape boxes up really good. Get labels on stuff. Go to the delivery place for UPS. I have a place I have to go. When I have this many packages, they make me go to this special distribution center thing. So I'm going to go to UPS. Get these done. It was nice to see you, Buffy. You should come in more. And because we got no drama here, So I'll get all these done. And, I got to get Happy Mails out too. I need a list, guys, because my brain is damaged. And then I got a bunch of stuff that I got to put add for Maggie. Maggie's the only billing that I haven't done yet, and that was because she made some changes. She added some stuff, so I have to get that done. And I think that's it. I think that's everything, guys. I think that's everything. All right. So, wait, no, there's one other thing. So I have something coming up. We got these at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be doing a project on this. It's a Hobby Snobby, not Hobby Snobby, Michaels. It's going to be a Michaels dupe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm duping Michaels now. But that's it. That's all I have until I see you again. Let's see. If I have not offended you, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell because I will eventually, and you want to be here for it, What else? If you would like to support the channel monetarily or, just rah, you want to be in the cheering section, that works too. Maybe you want to pick up some free digitals. Maybe you want to pay for them. They're free, but you can pay for them. What else? Maybe you want to know what I got going on, what videos are coming up, what free classes. We do have free classes coming up, all that kind of stuff. If you want to know any of that stuff, just hit the more button in the description below. It's going to drop down and give you a whole bunch of links. Go check those out. Until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye.